Hey guys, After here, welcome back. Been playing Wildstar a lot lately, over the beta weekend. Kind of want to make a few videos, give you guys some impressions on what this game's all about, how I like it. I'm going to split into a few different videos, specifically for the different classes. I'll give you very high-level overviews of the classes, as well as maybe some PvP content, because I'm a PvP kind of guy. So the first class I'm going to start off with is going to be the Esper. I find this to be the most unique, or I should say the most fun class I have, or I should say I have playing. So, what is the Esper? Well, the Esper is basically this illusionist type character that does, in my opinion, a bunch of damage, and it's just super fun to play with. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you the basics of what this class has to offer and its talent trees and this limited action bar that they have in this awesome game of Wildstar. So, here we have, currently I am level, I believe, 8, I think it is, or, what am I? I think actually I'm on level 6 right now. So, what we have here is a few different hotbar keys that I've unlocked so far, just from progressing through the game, as well as amps. Okay, so let's start with amps. So amps are kind of like either skill points or skill trees, as you would see in other games. It's kind of almost like a very, very watered down version of almost like a Path of Exile type game. But you get to pick kind of what you want to do. So obviously there's assault type trees, utility, support. Depending on where you go, you can end up getting basically these gray ones. So each gray one's actually an ability. So there's Mirage, Fixation, and Spectral Swarm. If we go over to abilities, we can actually see Spectral Swarm right there unlocked through amps. We can see what that does. So manifests 3 phantoms. They each deal 28 magic damage over 1.25 seconds for 10 seconds. Generate a side point. Cool. Alright. So depending on how you want to spec your guy, you can go ahead and go in any of those directions. Personally, I like a damage, so I'm going to go ahead and let's do the assault power by 2.5 or your current maximum. Go ahead and use that. So what's really cool about Wildstar in general is the customization that you can... Let's just go ahead and leave this group, shall we? The customization that you can do. So as you can see, currently I have 4 assault abilities, and they more will get unlocked: 9, 11, 18, 24, 27. Then you also have support and utility abilities. You have some path abilities, which I'm really not going to get into in any of these videos, but it's like an alternate. You can pick 1 of 4 paths, and it kind of changes the way you kind of play the game a little bit, but I'll get into that in a different video. So you have your main abilities: assault, support, utility. As you can imagine, utility is more like stuns, knockbacks, blinks, things like that. Support is usually like heals or buffs, debuffs, things like that, and then assault's obviously just straight up damage. So for this specific set, I'm going to have basically all 4 of them that I've had so far, or that I should say I've unlocked so far, which is Telekinetic Strike, Man Burst, Concentrated Blade, and Blade Dance. And I actually have Geist as well, one of my utility spells, as my 5th ability. So that's what Geist does. It throws a nice little like spider looking dude out. Let's go ahead and just let me show you a little bit of PvE, so I can just demonstrate the abilities before we actually jump in a match. So my primary ability, this Telekinetic Strike. If you watched my first video, I was completely upset that there's no auto attacks. Yeah, auto attacks don't really exist in this game. I think they do to a degree, but no one really uses them. So that's just your main bread and butter ability. Like a lot of classes, you have different resources that you would build to, you know, use your other skills. So in this case, I would build, I believe it's called side points. So let's go ahead. Every time I build this, or shoot this, I should say, I build a side point. I can see I have 2. We'll have to get 3. Then I can use my second ability called Mind Burst, which does more damage depending on how many I have. Third ability, which is Concentrated Blade, which I think is just awesome. I summon this little blade. After a couple seconds, it attacks the nearest enemy. Does a little bit of damage, or I should say, it does a good amount of damage, and also generates a side point as well. Then my 4th ability, Spectral or Blade Dance. So it's kind of like an AoE type ability. Pretty BA, not gonna lie. Now, that's what I have so far. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other abilities that you can get as you unlock, and this is probably, I mean, I've gotten almost every, actually I have gotten every class to level 6 or higher, so I've made it a point to pretty much get to this point in probably about 30 minutes or so, so if you know what you're doing, you can get there pretty quickly. But the fact that PvP starts at 6, or that you can start queuing for PvP, is awesome. And every other class, they all feel differently. They all feel unique, which is absolutely awesome, and it's one of the reasons why I'm very excited for this game to actually come out and release. So let's go ahead and queue for a practice grounds here. There's only one available at this level, Walatiki Temple, which is like a nice little capture the flag type game. While I do that, I will show you also is every class has their own type of like special ability or whatever. So I mean, they're all special, but they have an R ability, which in this case is Spectral Form. Grants 671 absorb, 1 interrupt arbor, and 1 side point every second for 5 seconds. Movement is prevented for the duration. So as you can tell, that's pretty much the Esper's kind of like, without being an end game or anything, I feel like this is probably the hardest hitting artillery type class in the game. They just do a ton of damage, and a lot of their, like, for instance, the strike, you can't be moving while you do it. Some of the other classes are able to move while they're casting and things like that. This one's more of a stationary type class, so we'll go ahead and see how we do this in this battleground. Alright, so the Walatiki Temple, pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Really, it's kind of like capture the flag on steroids. Basically, you need to collect 5 what they call Moody masks. Now, these masks actually spawn randomly throughout, I shouldn't say randomly, they spawn throughout the game. More and more continue to spawn, and the first team to get 5 wins. Now, the catch-22 is that you can actually capture your opponents, and obviously they can capture yours. So you need kind of a good balance between defending, attacking their Moody masks, and attacking the Moody masks that are actually being spawned randomly. One thing that I catch, I'm on the Dominion. I've been playing Dominion the entire weekend. We always seem to lose, not gonna lie, because we get caught up in basically attacking groups of enemies that really mean nothing. So we'll have like a random, like, you know, I don't know what you want to call it, a random little battle to the side where it doesn't really matter. You always want to be either attacking or defending a Moody mask to kind of increase your chances. Also, not having healers or having healers is very crucial in this game, but it's hard because if you can tell up here on the top left, you can actually dictate what you are doing, and it doesn't seem like anyone ever dictates, unless everyone's just legitimately DPS. I don't know, but we'll see. I will probably make a medic video as well, so I'll show you a little bit of healing. So far, just a quick side note, healing wise, at least at this level, I feel like is a little bit cooler or easier as Spell Slinger, but maybe that's just me. Oh, so yeah, when you're stunned, you gotta press the button to kind of get out of it quicker. Oh my god. Let's see if I can actually do anything without. I'll just do Blade Dance. It's probably gonna be the easiest thing to do while commentating. As you can tell, this game is I think it's awesome because of the sheer amount of things that are going on. I mean, look at everything is just crazy in Undead. I mean, this is pretty much the MMO I've been waiting for. I so far have not seen really anything wrong with it. Everything I've read, everything I've seen, everything I've heard has been pretty much positive. There's a few bugs here and there, which has to be expected because it's in beta, but overall this game is pretty sweet, and it seems like it's offering everything that a lot of hardcore MMOers really are looking for and really want. Let's go ahead and Blade Dance in here. My biggest complaint right now in beta is probably the fact that you absolutely positively need... Oh, as I'm being destroyed. I should say there is no basic like end game statistics or anything for these battlegrounds, which is, in my opinion, a little sad. I'd like to see how I'm doing, and obviously it's there and they're going to implement it, but every time the game ends, it's pretty much just, you know, why aren't I using those geists? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Just get destroyed. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see how well I do or how poorly I do in all reality at the end of the match. But I know they'll fix that soon. The only really cool thing about this game, though, is I haven't experienced any of the dungeons yet myself, but everything I've seen and read has basically said that these are like legitimate, engaging dungeons that are not easily beaten. That actually requires skill and coordination, which you know, I'm pumped for. No more easy stuff, and as you can see right down here, we are already losing. Oh, looks like they're all running into our camp. That's lovely. Where you going, baby? I'm gonna try to get one more side point and then toss the Phoenix at him. Missed. Skill shot's too strong. Now, one thing I'm probably doing a really poor job of is I didn't take any stuns or anything. I just took the Geist because I just kind of wanted to go all hardcore, and I'm about to die for it. So yep, there am I, dead again. Very, very sad. Very sad. Overall, these games are, or I should say, this game is pretty sweet. All the classes are just super unique. Honestly, I'm struggling on which class I'm going to roll at during the release. If you pre-order, you do get into early access, which starts May 31st. Something you might want to think about. It just makes me so excited to see a game that, you know, you can basically jump into the visceral combat of it right off the bat and really just kind of pick up and just go to it. You don't have to spend, you know, a month of your life just grinding the max level to actually get in there. And you know, just to show you real quick, I mean, I could potentially buy this ability. I already, you know, potentially have more abilities than I could technically use. So it's not like, you know, I really need to unlock all these abilities. One other really quick thing I want to put before I wrap up here is all these abilities end up you know, get upgraded as you get higher level. And as you upgrade them, they obviously become more potent, which is awesome. So there's a lot of customization in this game, and that's what I love about it a lot. Is you'll see in a lot of MMOs if you're focused in PvP. Come on, where'd you go, buddy? If you're focused in PvP, there's usually, like, you know, the most optimal spec, and I think this game is really starting to look like it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like whatever your specific playstyle plays to, because there's so many different abilities, and they are really, let's be honest, they're all pretty much focused around PvP. I mean, I can't find anybody. But they're all focused around PvP, and it seems like it's just really going to be your specific playstyle. Right now, specifically, I'm probably torn between the Medic and the Esper, just because they both are just pretty awesome. I like the classes that are able to heal and do damage. The Medic seems a little bit on the weaker side as far as doing damage, but hey. Oh, so my team is just getting destroyed. Deflect. Just deflecting everything. Oh, man. Ugh. Spell Singer's pretty sweet, so guys, just stay tuned for those videos. I'll try to get them all knocked out so we have some content to watch while we're anxiously waiting for this game to be released in a couple weeks. But anyways, this is the first look at the Esper, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Has been stolen by the Dominion. A moody mask has been stolen by the Exiles. Moody Mask. A Moody Mask has been stolen by the Dominion. A Moody Mask has been stolen by the Exiles. The Dominion have picked up a Moody Mask. The Dominion have dropped a Moody Mask. The Dominion have picked up a Moody Mask.